So you want me to turn to the side?
Yep, we'll go to the side. All right, and one more. Do one more for me again. I'm just gonna be one more facing that way. All right, and now let's face the door behind you. So have your back facing me. All right. And one more. All right. So that's good. That's pretty good. We're gonna do one more test. It's called the bend and lift test, and basically it's similar, but I'm able to pick up a couple more things when we first activate it. So you're just gonna be on the side like you're holding two suitcases in your hands. So we're gonna be in that same position. So instead of being straight up overhead, we're gonna hold suitcases here right on the side, and then we're gonna go down all the way down as low as we can go. And up. I know you couldn't see my legs, but we're just going to pretend like we're getting down into a full squat. It's called the bend and lift. And I really want to see this one from the side because I want to see what I'm looking for is I shouldn't tell what I'm looking for first because you'll compensate. So I'll let you do it. Then I'll tell you what I'm looking for.
Got it. So this is kind of like the dumbbell squat, basically.
Yeah.
Pretend like dumbbells in my hands.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. This far enough out?
Yep. You're good.
Okay.
And one more. Good. All right. So the one thing I'm seeing is your glutes look really tight, and particularly on that right side, I feel like that hip is super tight. Do you feel that when you're going, even when you're going down? So I'm seeing like your piriformis, glute medius, kind of that, all those external rotators, especially on that right side, seem jammed up. Like they seem super tight when you're going down, and we almost get a slight shift. It's probably the opposite on the screen, but I see a slight shift occurring.
Yeah.
As you go towards that right side. I get the same thing because I'm way super tight compared to you. And then when I see where you're getting your trunk flexion, it's not happening at the pelvis. You're kind of getting it in that just above that lumbar spine into the thoracic spine. So it's just one of those spots. So I want to target that piriformis especially, and give you a couple stretches that we can work that. The knee is pinching in slightly, tells me those adductors, we can probably work on those adductors a little bit and getting those symmetrical out to those external rotators. So I think we got a combination of those that we can kind of precision hone in and talk through those. So it's not, the stretches aren't going to be a ton of new things, but while I got you on here, I'd like to show you a couple of them and make sure that you're in the right position, you're feeling it in the right spot, if that works for you.
Awesome. Yeah. Can I share something with you too along those
absolutely.
notes? I think that you are absolutely on the right track with it being tight on the hip or everything out here, basically.
Yep.
Because when I stand, like, I notice this side is always tight and my knee is ever so slight, not a lot, but slightly twisted out. And then I have to purposely stop and think, relax it. My right side or my left side is just fine. Like, it's not tight, but it's constantly tight on the right side. So I think that's where the issue is coming from, even though I don't notice it while I'm running. But when I'm just standing, I'm like, oh yeah, that's tight again. I need to let go.
So if I look, when I compare bilaterally, just looking through, a quick screen, running you through a filter and seeing what we can pick up virtually versus I can't get my hands on it and feel how tight it is and do like a passive range of motion and some of that stuff that we would do. But it's pretty evident that I can see it. So I want to make sure that we can really hone in and give you some stretches that'll work on that. Because what we want to do is we want to get some slack, because that muscle, that tensor fascia lata, is way up here on this whole side. So your tensor fascia lata goes up into your iliac crest. It comes into the back here. Some of it even helps with and assists with flexion in on this side. And that's what turns into our IT band. And then all of that connective tissue that runs down all through this, our IT band runs all the way down and into that knee. in this whole corner, your vastus lateralis, which is this muscle on the outside, is like glued to that IT band. So when it's tight up here, it's tightening all of this fascia and pulling all of this knee and not letting it work. And I think I've explained it to you before. It's kind of like a tug of war. We got everything super tight on this side and unfortunately really weak on this side, on the inside. And this one, these big muscles out here versus this little muscle here, it's always going to win that tug of war. So we need to get slack up here, upstream, to get everything to start to play nice down there. So let's